You might think that you are procrastinating about a task, but by the end of this video, you're going to see that the task is often a doorway to something much deeper, and you're going to understand why you can often get stuck and not take action. You know, with my clients, the tasks that they're working on are often very similar, and maybe you have some of them on your to-do list. Maybe it is being more active or putting your health first. Maybe it is going to an appointment or a conversation that you've been putting off. Maybe it is something like cleaning or decluttering in some way. And that is where self-aware women can get stuck because they know what they want. They might even know what to do, but there's something that happens before they take action. And when you don't take action, especially when you know what you want and you know what to do, then you end up beating yourself up and you erode your self-trust and you erode your confidence. And that can make resistance to taking any action even harder. Hey, if you're new here, my name's Cheryl from Transformation Through Trust, and I teach women how to stop overthinking and stop procrastinating about what matters the most to them. I show them how to use present moment in a new way that transforms the way they think, feel, and respond to life. So what is underneath not taking action? Why is it so easy to get stuck? Well, what happens is that fears come up. These beliefs that are fear-based beliefs that aren't true, but they are very common, and they're the same fears that stop you from cleaning the closet as the ones that stop you from reaching some of your bigger life goals. And those fears, again, are very similar. It's often around not being enough, fear of losing control, fear of letting go. All those little fears, the fear of the unknown. It might be perfectionism, it might be grief, it might be resentment, but they're all fear-based beliefs. Now, if those are starting to feel familiar to you, I invite you to download my free guide, Why Overthinking Keeps You Stuck. It's a great way to start seeing the patterns and the beliefs that are underneath why you're not taking action. And I share a really personal story in there about a belief and an action that I took for years before I uncovered it by doing this work. So let's talk about present moment a little bit and the way that we use it in my programs. You know, present moment isn't just about calming down or not having any thoughts and just being in a state of complete silence. What happens is when you learn to be present, you lower your thinking levels. And when you lower your thinking levels, your thoughts and then your emotions soften as well. And from that place, you can perceive things differently. And so thinking creates feelings, and feelings dictate the action you take or don't take. So once you learn how to use present moment to soften the negative beliefs and the negative emotions, you can also use it to then attract what you want and how you want to feel. A couple of weeks ago, one of my clients emailed me and she shared with me that by doing this work, all of a sudden her reactive dog was not being nearly reactive. And so by doing the work for ourselves to find our own peace of mind, what you find is that your outer conditions start to reflect something back to you because you are practicing not being reactive. And when you're not being reactive, then you can start to respond. You know, I had a great comment last week where someone said that it helped them understand procrastination in a different way. And it was like the Lego blocks. And that's the work I do, is helping people make the connections and put the blocks together to show you what is underneath so that you can start to respond from clarity instead of react from fear and anxiety. So I want to give you a couple of questions that you can ask yourself before you take action. Pause for a minute and ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? Take a moment to acknowledge what you're really feeling and to acknowledge the thoughts that come up. And then pause and ask yourself, well, how is it that I do want to feel? And that is the work. You can go from acknowledging where you are and being okay with it and accepting it, and then transforming and taking inspired action and understanding that you can close the gap from where you are to where you want to be, and that it can feel inspiring and have a sense of flow and ease, that it doesn't have to come from pushing yourself and from force and from just facing the fear and doing it anyway. So remember to download my free guide, Why Overthinking Keeps You Stuck. And in that free guide at the bottom, there's actually an invitation for a very special experience session. And that experience session will help you understand the whole process of what I teach my clients. And it will help you feel your thinking levels lower so that you can see how things could change for you too.